We had a big crash round 5 at CSBK this year, and actually it totaled the Cowie, bent the frame. So I had to act quickly, figure out a way that we could finish off the season. There was one more round to do. We had an '09 ZX6R in the garage as a sort of a B-bike, a training bike. So I figured I would make one good bike out of the two and put the tuned Cowie motor that we had in what was the A-bike into the B-bike frame and build it up so that we could at least have a go at round 6. I learned a lot about the Cowie engine mounts when I was doing that. Not what you think at all. Pulling it apart, I had a few surprises, and then I had to go through the manual really to figure out how on earth to put it all back together again. So it is a little different from any bike I have ever encountered so far. So I thought we'd make a quick video here to share with you what I learned about the ZX6R engine mounting system, which is a little odd. There must be a very good reason why they do it. If anyone knows why that is, I'd love to see that info in the comments if you don't mind sharing. But anyway, we're going to run through this, and hopefully this will be of help to you if you ever have to drop your Cowie motor and then put one back in.
Going to start off with the lower rear engine mount just to show you how that works. There's a spacer on here, so you have the engine mount that goes through here. See, as you push it in, there's like a hex shape on it here that fits in to this engine mount spacer. What you then have to do is rotate it anti-clockwise until it locates against the frame and takes up the space. There's a torque setting for this. All torque settings will be included at the end of the video. So that's how the bottom one works. This is the rear engine mount, but the upper one, you just need to, so once you've got the engine bolt through, you have to back it off a little bit. In fact, I'm gonna push it through. This is an M10. Interestingly, it's an M8 that rotates the lower one to take up the space. It's an M10 that you have to slot into here, and again rotate this to take up the space, take up the slack, and mount the engine properly. Once that's in place, you can push the bolt back through. Then you need the special tool, which I'll also show you at the end of the video. Goes in here, locks over there, and basically use it to tighten up this lock ring. Torque that up before you put the nut here, and then torque the actual engine bolt up. This is the front right side engine mount. Again, you need the 10mm hex drive in here to rotate the spacer to take up the space between the frame and the motor to align it properly. Then you have the lock ring, so drive that in, get the magic tool, put it on there, tighten up the lock ring with that. At that point, you then get the engine mount. Now this bike, this is a race bike that I'm rebuilding. So it has frame sliders. So we have this adapter, but the bolt that is basically the engine mount goes through here and then screws into here. It's the same on the other side, except obviously you don't have the little threaded spacer. So those are the things you really need to know before you decide to drop the motor out of your ZX6R and then try and figure out how to put it back in again.
To start the sequence of torquing the engine bolts, first of all you have to just nip them up, and you start with the lower rear. Next in the sequence is the upper rear. Again, just nip them up, don't torque them up at this point. And then move to the front of the motor, nip up the front left engine mount, and then nip up the front right engine mount. Here's the information from the workshop manual that describes the torque sequence for the engine mounting bolts. There's a lot here. Work your way through it carefully and make sure everything is done in the correct order. Here's this magic tool I spoke to you about. There's the part number. We got ours from Motion Pro. We're not affiliated with them, but I can say that this tool does the job properly. So I hope that was helpful and informative. Please like and subscribe. It helps us to build the channel so we can bring more videos like this to you. And you can also follow me on Instagram at RaceDadReviews. We'll see you soon.